Brock Lesnar and Roman have some more new rumors surrounding their story, so we'll take a look at what's new. We'll also see what's going on for Becky Lynch and a former women's champion that laughed at WWE's return offer. Let's start things off with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns is no doubt WWE's most highly featured top storyline in this current moment of time. Sure, they'll branch off and do different things. Brock faced Lashley, Roman faced Rollins, but those were smaller side feuds when compared to the big overall feud that they still have going on with each other. Roman and Brock have basically been at it since Brock returned at SummerSlam. Fans often joke about how we've already seen too many matches between these two. Some fans were even creating WrestleMania 65 graphics that show old Roman and Brock still going off and facing each other that deep into the future. So the fans, and surely WWE, knows that we're getting up there with the amount of matches that we've seen between Roman and Brock. But what saves Roman and Brock's feud is all the other constant twists and turns to the story that keeps things feeling more interesting and fresh. You just want to know what happens next. Conveniently enough for Brock, he gets a shot at Bobby Lashley's WWE title and also gets a shot at Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So it's a win-win situation for him. The big will they won't they question that still hangs over the match is of course the title versus title idea. That was the first thing Brock mentioned to Roman on Smackdown that week, and it was the first thing the fans thought of after seeing Brock win the WWE title. It's something that's been hinted and teased by the WWE superstars themselves, but reports keep stressing that there are no plans for a title versus title match between Brock and Roman at WrestleMania. They all seem to agree on that. So that brings us to Elimination Chamber. Brock Lesnar will be included in this match, and it's quite obvious that his mindset and goal is right now as a character. He wants to go in there and win the WWE title back, walk into WrestleMania and take the Universal title from Roman Reigns to become the new undisputed and unified WWE champion. That's what's on his mind. But if the reports are true about no title versus title match taking place at WrestleMania, that means Brock has to lose in this match somehow. It's a locked-in structure, so it's a bit more difficult for someone to interfere in the match. But history has told us that it's still possible. Maybe Roman or the Usos find a way to sneak into the cage while someone is exiting the cage. The door does open when someone is eliminated, so if Roman is going to pull something off on Brock during this match, it would have to be during one of those small openings of the door being open. What would be cool to see a final two in the chamber match will be Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. WWE has been planting some seeds there of Brock mentioning how Bobby Lashley shouldn't be proud of being champion right now because he would have never won without the assistance of Roman Reigns. So what better revenge and way for Lashley to make Brock Lesnar eat those words than by pinning him one-on-one if they were to face the two final competitors in the match. Lashley pins Brock Lesnar by himself, which would certify his title reign and shut down those critics like Brock, who says he couldn't have done it without Roman. It's just the best case scenario here. Lashley would be heading into WrestleMania looking better than ever, coming off 2 wins over Brock Lesnar. That should help Bobby Lashley build some great foundation for his WrestleMania feud, while Brock goes back to Roman on SmackDown. So that seems like our 2 most likely outcomes for Elimination Chamber. Bobby Lashley retains in this very difficult match, or Brock Lesnar takes the title back. The way the reports have been going lately, it seems very unlikely that Brock would take the title here. But you never know what last-second changes may come up, so it is something to keep an eye on. Becky Lynch has finally switched over to her big-time persona. It was debated in the reports for weeks on how WWE possibly moved away from the man persona to the never-ending issues with Ric Flair, but Becky Lynch once again put an end to those rumors. Becky was recently asked by Fox News about when the man persona would return, and she had this to say, quote, "When it's time for the man to come back around, the man will come back around. Big Time Becks is what we're going with now, but we own that, just so you know that." End quote. and that's the last time there was reference to those Ric Flair reports. Becky is saying that the nickname change had nothing to do with the battle, and how they do have the rights to the man. So it would appear that the reason why Becky no longer uses the man persona is because her character had evolved into a new era. But like Becky said, chances are that the man can still come around again in the future. In other Becky-related news, it's going to be an exciting few months for her because the list of challengers is definitely growing. Becky has Ronda lurking in the distance, she has Alexa Bliss as a big threat to the title, and now she even has to defend her title against Lita. So that's going to be all very exciting as well. It's Wrestlemania season, which means we'll be seeing a lot of superstars that we don't usually see, like Lita. Lita appears to be back for an actual run in WWE. She returned before the Royal Rumble, competed in the Rumble, and now appears to be sticking around for a dream match with Becky Lynch, which is great to see because something about the greats like Trish and Lita is that they're all retiring young, so it left fans just wanting more from them. So little return runs like this are always deeply appreciated by the fans. It also gives the younger generation of fans an opportunity to see Lita live in the ring against one of the most popular stars, Becky Lynch. So there's a lot of pros about the Lita vs Becky Lynch matchup, and hopefully the story leading up to it is just as great. Becky has said several times that the most important thing in wrestling to her is the storytelling. So we can count on her to add as much as she can to a story like this, with someone of Lita's level. Former WWE Raw champion Nia Jax recently turned down an offer to return to WWE. Nia was first released from WWE a handful of months ago to budget cut reasons. Nia was obviously caught off guard by the move, especially since she was on a little hiatus. Well, she was recently a guest on Oral Sessions and really got into everything that has been happening. She said that she even offered to take a pay cut to avoid the release, but that didn't change anything. Then she talked about receiving a call to make a surprise return for the Royal Rumble match, but laughed at it and turned it down. It was even a confirmed return offer, according to her. They were calling people and making a list of names to big possible surprise entrants. The list of people who agreed would be given to Vince McMahon, and he selects who he wants from that list. That whole details of that procedure turned Nia off even more, so she stood by her decision. It was also reported that the IInspiration, formerly known as the Iconics in WWE, turned down a Royal Rumble return as well. You can understand both sides of it. WWE is reaching out, trying to make relationships better, and bring these stars back, even for a short appearance. But on the flip side, a lot of these released WWE superstars felt like they were done so dirty with their releases that they legitimately couldn't see themselves going back, even for one night. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.